Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inside Tiger Football. I'm Mark Fry alongside head coach David Alexander. And today we're going to be taking a look back at a convincing Broken Arrow win as they beat Putnam City 63-7. And coach, the first part of the season we talked about how we wish we would get a little bit faster start.
Right.
Well, we got as fast a start as possible.
As fast as part of we did. It was great. It was a big focus in practice all week. We flipped practice over. We did our competition at the beginning, changed the way we did things, and the kids really responded.
Well, they certainly did, and we're going to get right to the highlights because there are a lot of great-looking highlights for Broken Arrow. This is the opening kickoff that will be fielded by Court Lewis at the 10, and I'll let you take it, Coach.
Well, you talked about starting fast. You don't start much faster than that. Untouched, 90 yards. I think it was like our Broken Arrow's fifth or sixth longest kick return ever. Great blocking up front. I mean, really all Court Lewis had to do was run as fast as he could toward the other end zone because the blocking up front was great.
Made the kicker miss, and he was gone. And
how do you like matching the student section? The Tiger Jungle was great, wasn't it? Yeah, we matched them up. They went with neon, and we went with our neon. It was a good look. It was a great night.
And that's really one of the biggest positive plays for Putnam City.
That's one of the highlights for Putnam City. I think they're going to get a first down here on their first drive. And then after that, I'm not sure they got very many first downs until right at the end of the ball game.
Right.
Defense played great. We made a couple changes on defense, moved a couple guys around. I'm really happy the way the guys responded, played really hard all night, created some turnovers. It was a good night, offense, defense, and special teams.
And here comes a theme for the night, Jamal Shaw. Huge run.
Huge run. Great blocking, obviously, the point of attack, but the best part is seeing our two big receivers, Brendan Franklin and Sammy Kim, 50 yards down the field, hustling, making blocks. What great effort. That shows you the guys are bought in and really excited about how things are going. Look at Big Sammy right there pushing. Big Franklin, number 9 is awesome. And look at, there's Rowdy.
Hey, Rowdy.
330 pounds down there helping Jamal up. Jamal finished the game with a little over 200 yards and 1,040 for the season, I believe. Just an incredible accomplishment.
Yeah, closing in on those single season and all-time rushing
records.
Yes,
it's fantastic. And everybody on offense is taking ownership of that. I know he gets his name in the paper, but everybody on offense is excited for Jamal every time he breaks off a big run.
Well, and over 200 yards on not a whole lot of carries. I think he averaged, it was
something silly.
17, 18 yards per carry.
17.8 yards a carry. Wow, big hit right there. Caleb Elder, our two safeties, him and Devin Johnson down there. Defensive line, Clayton Ebling. We don't talk much about him. He's done a good job. He started the last few weeks. There's something you hadn't seen out of Broken Arrow this year. We put in a new blitz, safety blitz. Our smallest guy on defense right there, number 10, Caleb Elder, coming up for a big sack. So we're putting a lot of things on film, practicing some stuff. Our only miscue right there of the night, put a young guy back there who's got a lot of heart and who's earned through his hard practice some extra playing time. Cameron Elder right there to return punts. He did a good job except for the one. And there.
Great pass.
This is great throw by Cade, but just so happy for Brendan Franklin to go up and make a play early in the game. Really proud of that young man. He really, really played well the last 3 or 4 weeks.
He really has, and I love to watch him. He catches the ball in traffic. He's not afraid to take a big hit and works hard.
Well, he's big and he's strong, and he's realizing that he's bigger and stronger than all these guys that are trying to cover him, and he's starting to exert his physical prowess over those guys.
Right. Front seven had another outstanding game defensively, Coach.
Yeah, most of the time the safeties were coming up and just tagging off on the pile because our two linebackers, Izzy and Carter, were making plays, and the front four of the defensive line, Big Kais and Skylar Haynes. It was a good night. There's Cam's second return trip. He's getting over his nerves, and as the night goes on, every time he returns a punt, he gets better and better. Another block outside on the edge by a receiver, and all the offensive linemen down there to help pick Jamal up. if you notice, Jamal's cast is off for the first
Yeah.
time, and it showed. He was able to stiff arm going both directions, hold on to the football right there, covered up with two hands in traffic. Not that he's ever, even with the cast on, he didn't have too much problem being strong with the football. There's where speed wins, right? Every time, just outrun the defense to the pylon. Big Levi Van Deventer out there leading, and again, another theme of the night, Sammy Akim, good block on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're getting a lot of kickoffs. That's good, right? We like to cover kickoffs. Darren Walker, big backup safety, coming in here with a big hit. He is big and he can run. And that's one thing he loves to do is hit people. Good job. Nice sack. Good strong tackle. That's Devin.
Yeah, pressure all night. At the end of the first quarter, you're up 28-0, and to watch the energy, even pregame,
Right.
felt a little different to me than watching in weeks past.
Right.
And what you did during the week really paid off Friday night.
Well, I hope so. The kids, you can see by their effort that they're buying in. They want to win. They want to play good. They want to do special things for their teammates. And I think the way we changed up practice, and we're going to continue that, helped us come out of the locker room ready to play.
We're going to get back to the second quarter as the touchdown avalanche continues for the Broken Arrow Tigers in the second quarter.
Starting the ball, pretty decent field position all night. That was great. Here's the start of the second quarter. Again, starting the quarter off with a big run. Austin Vickers on a block, another wide receiver out there blocking, and Jamal with a 51 or 52-yard run the first play of the second quarter.
Here's another great look at it.
Oh, man, I love these different camera views. How he sees that guy coming in from the outside, it's just something special you're born with, and runs in there to the jungle. All those kids down there, there were some great pictures of them posted on Twitter and on the news of the jungle throwing the different colored cornstarch in the air is awesome.
And, to see how that has grown in the last 2 years is so exciting.
It's amazing. The investment that has been bought in by the student body and our kids. What a fantastic job the students have done. There's their biggest play of the night. The one explosive play we gave up, and really a good throw and catch. At number 6 for them, the receiver, he was the guy that we talked about last week in the show that was their guy we had to worry about containing. We knew they were going to have a tough time running the ball on us. Where there's 9 black jerseys around the football. I love to see the defense hustling like they did Friday night. Short punt. Good field position. Here comes that man right there in the green shoes. He has some of the most exciting 4-yard runs I've ever seen.
He does.
Good job by Sammy blocking for Frank, and that's awesome. When a wide receiver, it takes 4 guys to tackle him, things are going good. Special play here by Cade Yeager getting it out to Frank. Good hustle. Austin Vickers, I mentioned him earlier on a big run by Jamal. He hadn't gotten a whole lot of playing time. He got all excited and blocked in the back right there. But here's one of our future superstars, Devin Clayton. He is going to step out of that tackle soon. How about that, Ron?
Look at that move.
That play is designed to go outside to the offensive left. We get a blitz, comes up the middle. He takes it out the back door. I think they wouldn't have pulled his flag if we were playing flag football.
No. So much fun to watch, and the vision and how he can anticipate.
He's had a great season, a great half of a season, and he's going to have a great second half, and he's going to carry us. He's opening things up in the passing game for Sammy and Franklin and Cade Yeager and all those guys. He's going to open the field for us because big teams are going to have to start accounting for Jamal.
Defensively, really the first time the entire first half that Putnam City even sniffed the 50-yard line.
And they don't get over there for very long. Good hustle of the football right there. Everybody running. Big hit on the sidelines. Devin Johnson. And sacked the quarterback here. Great effort. Another safety blitz by Caleb Elder. He makes the quarterback step up. right into the waiting arms of Gage Kaiser and Taylor Steins and all the big boys. There you go, Cam. Cam's getting better and better. Really proud of him. I told him after the game how proud I was of him. That's not an easy thing to do when you haven't done it. And Michael Nickel with a catch. You see, we're going to start spreading it around here a little bit. I wish Jordan here. We're working on our 2-minute drill here at the end of the half. And I only had a couple timeouts left. I wish he would have taken that to the sidelines and stepped out. But again, an unbelievably exciting run for 6 yards, right?
And here comes the Jamal Shaw show again, and
Good.
just great blocking, great everything.
Great hustle by the offensive line, little screen. Great hustle by the offensive line, getting out. Good timing by Jamal and the quarterback. Block 1, 2 guys right there, hustling down. Receiver on the outside gets a block, and Jamal does the rest. Pretty simple.
If it's always that easy,
That's
it would
right.
be lovely, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Your halftime score is 49-0. We will be back with more highlights and a look at senior Jamal Shaw right after this.
The lifeline of any business is technology. But what if it stopped? Your computers, phones, security, dead. VIP technology with Avaya Innovation can pump life back into any business needing IT networking and computer solutions, telephone management, infrastructure and design. We are a total solutions company. VIP Technology Solutions Group. Get a lifeline.
Back on Inside Tiger Football, and you've heard us talk all season, just about every highlight package, about Jamal Shaw. But now let's get to know him a little bit better.
AKA Jamal Shaw. Here's today's senior spotlight.
Well, everyone calls Jamal the old man on the team.
I just like to bring swag.
He carries himself like a grown man, very mature.
I'm still dad to all them. They do what I tell them to do.
You know, he's got a grown-up haircut.
Back my sophomore year, I had to have my hair growing out. I looked older than everybody.
If we lined everyone up in here, Jamal would look older than Coach Alexander.
You know, he's not doing the kid stuff with the fade or this or that or whatever they call it.
Now I'm the prettiest on the team.
And he looked older than Paul Croft.
He doesn't go for all the games in the locker room.
Hush, I'm talking.
He carries a lot of wisdom.
I don't drink pop. I gotta keep my body right.
You go in the locker room and there's some dead time and the guys are all playing music and running around and having some fun. Jamal's sitting in his locker, acting all serious. Georgia, Georgia.
Well, quite the personality, a.k.a.
Jamal
Shaw.
Right.
I wonder what his real name
I don't
is.
know if he's also known as Jamal. I don't know what his other name is. It's Mr. TD Man or TD
Yeah.
Maker or something. Jamal, he's mostly serious. You don't see him joking around. That's as opened up as you'll ever see Jamal right there. He's pretty serious all the time. He doesn't get into the music in the locker room. He's not up dancing or when there's some dead time. He's thinking about the next practice, the next game, and
Obviously, he listens to Ray Charles. He was singing a little Georgia on my
well,
mind. and
maybe he doesn't get into the other music the other kids are getting into.
That's
He's-
good taste, Jamal. You keep it up. We'd rather hear that kind of music anytime. Oh, we want to thank Jamal and all the coaches for their work on that senior spotlight. We'll be back with more right after this.
So I work in production, and I help cover a lot of college football games. There's a ton of running and lots of travel all over the place. You might think I'd go with a mega bank for the convenience, but actually I just switched to TTCU. I could have signed up online, but I decided just to walk in, and I'm so glad I did. Just for opening a checking account, they gave me $50 and $50 to a local school. And now when I travel, it's like a little piece of home is always with me. It really is unbeatable.
Welcome back, and we're going to get right back to the highlights. Third quarter, and Coach, during the second half, we're going to get to see a lot of kids that we haven't called their names
Right.
a lot. They get a lot of playing time.
It's
and they-
awesome.
And they performed well.
Right. It's where you build programs. We wanted to get the first offense and first defense in one series, and then hopefully score again, and get everybody else off the bench and get in some playing time. Hathorne with a kick in the end zone. He's starting to feel it. His legs coming back. He's doing a good job. He got a lot of kicks. I'm really glad, getting ready to go in the second half, that he's ready to go. Good job by the defense. Devin Johnson right here on the edge, keeping contained, force a 3 and out. good field position, little 20-yard punt, 25-yard punt. We'll take those all the time. So short drive here, right? 50 yards. We'll hand it to Jamal, and it's a good start to the second half, just the way we started the first half. Started on defense. Good, tough run right here.
Great push by the offensive line.
Great push. When you can run 5 yards without getting touched, the offensive line's done a good job. Boom, good effort. Way to finish the play. Talking about finishing everything you do. Give me that last yard. No one can stop Jamal for that one last yard. Get in the end zone.
That was a thing of beauty as well, wasn't it?
It was a thing of beauty. So we got everybody else coming in the game now. You'll have a bunch more defensive guys, and we're going to do some free substitutions here in the third and fourth quarter. But everybody played well. I mean, the third quarter was just as dominating as the first two. And, you know, we've got guys out there playing now. You've got Jaden Ford, and you've got two new linebackers out there. You've got Austin Romine. We're going to mention his name here in a little bit. He's played great. He's moved up to the number 3 spot as far as linebackers go. And big Jordan Davis. It's really not fair for when you put in Jordan as your next tailback. You know, but that's the way it is. You know, we want to get Jordan has earned his carries too. So we've got to get Jordan some touches, and bust off a one-play 60-yard drive. And then now you see Jordan getting some defensive play right there. He made the tackle on defense. Trenton Cole, our 165-pound defensive end, number 31, making a play, making 2 plays in a row. I see Austin Garrison and Zimmer in there, and Big Baby, we call him Big Baby Shaw.
Big Baby Shaw.
Jamal's little brother, Derek Shaw's in there in the game. We call him Big Baby. He's built a little different than Jamal, built a little lower to the ground.
Right. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I completely resemble that, so I'm good with it. Another sophomore, Corbin Chambers, who is going to be an all-star here at Broken Arrow by the time he's all said and done. Tanner Goodwin catching the bootleg pass. Not the best moves. You know, he started off his career here at Broken Arrow as a nose guard. Now we got him playing fullback. Great blocker. Not going to make anybody miss in the open field,
no,
but that's okay.
That's okay. He made a good catch.
He did. And we've got a first and goal at the 9-yard line.
And at the end of the third quarter, 63-0. And you mentioned the depth at tailback. And we've really got 4 tailbacks that would start
just about any place in the state. They're all great young men. And they all kind of bring something a little bit different to the table. You know, Chambers is a young man. Love his attitude, love his work ethic, high confidence. And then you got Jordan Davis, who's monstrous. And we obviously talk about Jamal a lot. And Courts, we've talked plenty about Court.
Lewis. Yeah, just great depth. And we're sorry we put them in, and they just keep scoring touchdowns.
Well, all you can do is sub guys out, take them all out. And, you know, the other team is required to try to make plays too.
And our 2s and 3s along the offensive front did a great job.
They did.
Still
They did.
Yeah. So very proud of those guys. Let's go back and wrap this one up as we look at the fourth quarter now.
Oh, man, Zach Salee right there. We'd like to have that one back. We had a couple guys open. You know, we didn't want to try to pile it up. We threw it out there and did some things, you know, to not try to show Putnam City up too much. We've got some young guys out here trying to run around and make some tackles. And you want to finish the game off correctly, and it's hard when you're substituting that many guys because they're not playing together with guys they practice with. You know, you got a couple guys from the first huddle in there. You got some 2s, you got some 3s, and the communication kind of goes away. And so you're just trying to get the game over with without making too many mistakes. And we make a few mistakes here in the fourth quarter, but it's almost unavoidable. You just try to finish the game playing hard and not make too many mistakes. That boy, 25, this is Corbin Chambers. Not very big, but the first guy never, ever tackles him.
And here's the fifth running back of the night.
Here's the fifth one, Hitchcock. That was a little ISO play. Cam Elder coming in at quarterback, running quarterback sweep. Proud of what he's done. Now there's some guys out here playing defense that, you know, they don't actually really get to practice a whole lot with our defense. They're running scout team, running off cards, and I'm proud of a bunch of them and how hard they played. And you know, everybody wants to shut out and all that, but it's just as important to get guys playing time and get them ready for Friday night. I'm glad we showed this on film, that play right there. That was disturbing to me. If you see the coach's tape, I walk all the way out to the middle of the field to help assist that young man off the field. It's not the way you play. It's not the way you perform. No. And he's suffered some consequences. He'll probably not get as much playing time this next week in Norman. That guy right there, his last name is Mossop. He's on the Broken Arrow tennis team.
Really?
He is. Smart young man. And he has gone from so far down the depth chart to now look at making plays like this on Friday nights. What a great experience for that young man on Friday night in front of the crowd and the band and everybody. What a good kid.
So you're saying he could probably take you in tennis?
I think his backhand would be better than my backhand.
Final score 63-7. And Coach, since the second half of UConn, you know, we had a slow start, but then you reel off 49 points in the second half against UConn, 63 here against Putnam City, and really offensively and defensively and special teams really clicking right now.
Well, hopefully we can carry that on. I think we can. It's really all about effort. It's really all about playing for the BA that's on the front of your uniform, playing for the guy next to you, and I'm really proud of the way they've responded.
Right after this break, we will preview this week's matchup against Norman. Back in just a few moments.
At St. John, you're not the patient in 201. You're a 7-month survivor. You're not the heart attack victim on the 4th floor. You're hero to Ava, Charlie, and Caleb. You're more than a diagnosis or database entry. You're the reason we exist. Our entire staff is committed to making you stronger. It's why Telsons, for 85 years and counting, choose the health family of St. John.
Back on Inside Tiger Football, and now we're going to take a look at this week's game against Norman. It's a Thursday night game in Norman, 7 o'clock kick, 30 minutes earlier than we're used to. Coach, talk about the trip, talk about what you expect to see out of Norman.
Yeah, for our second trip to the west side, the Norman Tigers, Greg Nation's their head football coach. He's been successful at lots and lots of places. He was a head coach at Bishop Kelly. He spent a couple years at University of Tulsa. He does a great job. What we'll see from Norman is something that we won't have seen on film. He lines his offense up in whatever he thinks he can be successful in. They're multiple, so it means they're very, very multiple. You're going to see some old school counter, some Washington Redskins guard and tackle pulling. You'll see some 4 and 5 wide receiver sets. Last year against us defensively, they came out in a defense that we had not seen them run on film. So yeah, I have to give Greg Nation a lot of credit. He gives his kids a chance to be successful by not just setting in a defense or setting in a normal offense or and just trying to pound a square peg into a round hole. Right. He lines them up correctly and he gives them a chance to play. I'm excited that it's a Thursday night. First of all, it just kind of shakes up the routine a little bit, keeps the kids from getting stale. It'll be good. It'll be
good. It's the first of 2 Thursday night games in a row.
Right.
This week at Norman, next week here at home before fall break starts. And it makes that Friday morning alarm clock.
It makes it tough. But, you know, the thing is, this is on the west side of the state, this is their fall break. So, you know, play on Thursday night, it's okay. You just go do the routine, and all my kids and all my coaches will be expected to be at school on Friday morning. We might be a bit bleary-eyed, but we'll all be here and ready to go.
And again, game times at 7 o'clock. If you want to listen to the radio broadcast, we will go on the air at 6:30. You can hear more from Coach Alexander at that time. Then the kick at 7. That's on 97.1, the Sports Animal. And you can also watch on arrowvision.tv, the live stream. We look forward to bringing you all of that. And just also a reminder, if you want to check in with the coach and myself, every Tuesday night at 6:30, we have a radio show live from Louie's, which is at Lynn Lane and the Broken Arrow Expressway. And they've got great food, and They got us kind of tucked back in the corner by
the
Golden,
Golden
Tee.
Tee,
We still
right.
haven't got to play that.
No,
we need to have a
we
competition.
we need to get there a little early, bring some quarters, bring a roll of quarters.
I agree. But that's also that show's also on 97.1 as well. A couple of weeks ago, we tried to honor our Hall of Fame class. That got rained out due to the lightning against Union. And so last week, we finally got to really congratulate our folks in this year's Broken Arrow Athletic Hall of Fame. 1993 softball All-Stater Leanne Buenta, 2003 graduate and Wendy's High School Heisman Award winner and All-State soccer player, Dr. Christy Holman Vinson, a Louisville Slugger High School All-American and current professional baseball player, 2007 graduate Andy Wilkins, longtime assistant wrestling coach and member of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, Tom Fronapple, and longtime Broken Arrow sports writers who combined to cover the Tigers for more than 3 decades, Wayne Bishop and Doug Quinn. We want to congratulate all of our inductees, even Doug Quinn. He probably just squeaked in. But Coach, talk about what the honor means to be in that Hall of Fame.
Well, it's something you can't ever strive to say I'm going to be in the Broken Arrow Hall of Fame. It's you just want to play for Broken Arrow. You want to do as good as you can. You want to serve your community, and it's something that's bestowed on you. I was lucky enough a long time ago to be put in. I would have never dreamt that was going to happen. Very honored to be there. There's some unbelievable players. Dr. Vinson, Andy Wilkins, he's still playing. I'm not sure, did he make it? I didn't get to see the halftime. I'm not sure he got to make the show because he's still playing.
Right.
But when we were voting on the Hall of Fame, his statistics in high school were off the chart. So some very deserving people. It's always a great deal.
So you're involved in the voting process.
Yeah, I was this year. It's my first time to get to do that. What a great honor that was as well. And it's a lot of fun.
It certainly is. And we want to, again, congratulate them. And really, as you take a look at how Broken Arrow Public Schools tries to, celebrate our heritage and the great winning foundation that's here, it's fun to see. And to me, it just builds on the success of years past.
Well, we've got such a great community. We've got so many people here that have sacrificed. Sacrificed maybe not the right word, but done things for their sports teams, for their school, for their other students on the campus, and getting a little honor like this really is about the team you played for and having fun and your high school experience.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's just great to see that. And folks, you can go over to the athletic department building and walk through the trophy cases and see
all the
those
plaques, see all the
and-
names. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, we want to thank our sponsors for this week's show, St. John of Broken Arrow and Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU, the credit union, Avaya VIP Technology Solution Group, Bank of Oklahoma, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and First National Bank of Broken Arrow. We'd like to offer a special thanks to our hometown video board camera crew on Friday nights, Gordon Moeller, Tony Aramita, and Brian Van Lopez for their work on Friday nights. Great job, everyone. And we want to thank you for tuning in and watching Inside Tiger Football. For head coach David Alexander, I'm Mark Fry. We'll see you Thursday night from Norman and right back here next week for more Inside Tiger Football.